You're watching a Lobby Legends Magic of Azeroth, and the magic that we have seen thus far has been a wildly diverse metagame in terms of what is winning each lobby, which is such a nice breath of fresh air, because the last time I was casting Battlegrounds was at TwitchCon, where every other finishing place that you were going for, like 1st through 8th, there were many different comps that you would be seeing, but the first place was usually just grease bot. It would be whoever got the grease bot pop off would be winning that one. But now it's difficult to predict what you're supposed to go for in the mid game and the late game as well. It's just been, as I said, 4 different lobbies, 4 different winning comps, which you love to see.
Yeah, something I've always enjoyed about Battlegrounds and still do is not the diversity of a single meta, but the diversity of all of the metas. Like, I quite like the you just got to pick every Naga and play them as efficiently as possible kind of metas, but also I like this sort of meta where, hey, this is just different stuff all the time. And I like the way that every new Battlegrounds meta changes. It's not always find different stuff. It's not always pick a grease bot and win. It's not always something. Each meta's different, and I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this will be a popular one amongst most people, because most people like the diversity style metas, not the pick the one card and go for the nuts kind of metas. So it's good to have this one come around, and yeah, it's just been great fun. And I feel watching the players like nobody is really comfortable with everything that's going on yet. There's people playing well, but I don't get the feeling that everyone knows exactly what they're doing yet.
Yeah, exactly. People are kind of having to make it up as they go along, which, as you said, does favor the sort of players generally like XQN, who are able to see the see through the matrix, figure out what the different strands of synergies that could be working together are, whereas some of the players who are very good at just tunneling in on what the best thing is and doing that every game might struggle a little bit more. Penguin's down here looking for a much better game than we saw last time in 7th place, and he's offered Shudderwalk but with no beasts. Probably
there
not
are
quite.
the other things, everything else. I think it's too slow, but I know Sotter will be excited to see Shudderwalk play. We're going to get the opposite end of the spectrum. This is the other thing. Oh yeah, Shudderwalk doesn't have beasts anymore, of course. Thank you. The other end of the spectrum, you get the Curator, you have some early tempo, and you have that 10 armor, which means your quests are really easy. It just means they're a bit easier, but they're noticeably easier.
What's your strategy this
And
time,
keeping an eye on what Penguin gets for the quest will be very exciting on turn 4. XQN on Denathrius. It's the most XQN hero ever printed.
All right, Smoking Gun, definitely one of my favorites, but they have made it a little bit harder to activate in the most recent patch. Murlocs or Nagas to activate, though. There's a Murloc in the shop right away. I'm right on board with XQN. This is very completable in like 3 turns a lot of the time.
Yeah, and I think that's what I personally like when I sort of talk about Denathrius in a slightly weird way. I think the first quest has to be equivalent to your hero power. You've got to get it done. You just got to pick an easy quest, get something going on. It doesn't have to be amazing. And I really like this. I think it's going to get him to the second quest very safely, and he's going to be in a great spot.
Oh, okay.
Sure, have that.
Whew. Mamma mia. Yep, short
Imagine
level here with
being
the freeze. And then you get buy coin buy and quest completion the turn after. That's fantastic. A lot of tempo for XQN here right out the gate, which is exactly what you want on your first quest with Denathrius.
Yeah, just imagine being XQN. You wake up in the morning, you realize you're XQN, you do some quests. Sometimes it goes wrong, but you don't care because you're still XQN, and off you go.
You're saying this about the man who just finished 8th.
Well, that's what I mean. You're XQN, you don't care you finished 8th. It's fine.
It's actually better for you to finish 8th.
Yeah, just means you've got to put your feet up for a while you're waking up. You're still XQN at the end of the 8th. That's the difference. If I come 8th, I'm just still Lorinda, which is still a problem. But if you're XQN and you come 8th, you're still XQN.
All right, getting closer to that quest completion turn. But around the rest, I wonder if we're going to see any 3-on-3ers. Like, you know, you used to maybe see that with Reno to try and hit the power spike turns a lot sooner. But not so here with Togwaggle. Obviously, yes, is the only curve you have available. Gale Wing following the expected curve of 3-on-3. But then Curator 3-on-3 is kind of surprising as well.
Yeah, Penguin obviously seeing the meta kind of the way that I saw it at the start, and a lot of people don't see it, which is 3-on-3. There's so much good stuff on 3 that you can just go for it, see where you end up. I like it more when demons are in because Overseer is on 3, which is just ridiculous if you get that on turn 5 gold, right? You just buy an Overseer, the shop's huge, you've got 3 drops, everything just goes crazy. But with Gale Wing, 3-on-3 just makes sense. Also another one, which obviously makes more sense, of course. So that's what you do.
Holding on to the other minion, I believe there is XQN in order to try and get maximum double quest completion turn at the same time, if possible. For Togwaggle, we are looking at...
4 Naga or Murlocs. There's 3. I've seen 3 of the cards in the shop, and they're all Nagas or Murlocs. I don't know what the second card in the shop is.
That sounds good. Let's do that.
Is there any reason to be more greedy than that? He got a 3rd place playing sort of the safe option last time. I just want to do this. Yeah, they're all...
Oh my god, they're all... No way!
Pew. Well, that's not a quest. It's like, huh, today we're going on a quest, Derek. We're going to go to the living room.
Damn, the smoking gun. Torresan out here like Clint Eastwood on this one. That's the quickest draw I've ever seen. Unbelievable.
Oh, no one's going to be drawing with this for a few turns, though. State of it. I haven't been in the living room for a couple of days, so this is even easier than that.
What?
Oh, XQN's picked up Bribe. The 20 cards one.
Okay.
XQN's got the time to get there. What's this one doing?
Yeah, let's have a run through all the ones that we've seen so far. We have Alex JP on play 4 Battlecry minions and get the Spirit, the Spectre, sorry, Victim Spectre.
I still can't believe that quest was just completed on turn 4.
Yeah, it's so sick.
I mean, it's not so. It's not an automatic lobby win, though, because it is kind of one of the weaker quests. It's great. He's going to get a lot of tempo, but now he's got to use that tempo to advantage, of course.
Okay, so Parasol for Penguin San. For Yun Chang, can't quite see yet, and it's not in the spreadsheet. But overall, a decent start for Yun Chang. He now just needs to start focusing on leveling because he really wants to find something to point this hero power at, right? With no triples in sight right now, it's time to start power leveling, I think. Okay, another Parasol gamer with add 10 cards to your hand.
Oh, Alex.
JP with Jug. Ooh, that's not amazing.
Get a plain copy of the last friendly minion that died. It could become amazing.
That's
completes the quest and starts getting jugs going off every turn.
Yeah, play 4 Battlecry minions in order to do it. So is that next turn he's going to be doing that? Okay, like 2 more.
Not ideal. And he's in a bit of a spot, isn't he? He's looking very weak. But Vol'jin with Quillbores in has an opportunity to do all sorts of stuff with Ground Shakers later on, if that comes around.
Yeah, we'll happily take that. All right, everyone making it to Tavern Tier 3 now with Eastleaf joining us on Tier 3 as well. A rough next opponent for Alex to be facing as well. You never want to face Togwaggle the turn or 2 after they've pressed their button for the first time. Oof, especially not one like this. That is a very nice follow-up as well. A whole bunch of attack as well.
Pressing the buttons on everything I'm pressing. There we go.
Hey.
Yeah, I think Alex is in trouble here. Could find him top 8ing this one, I think. But again, Vol'jin can do special things quite quickly. Not in trouble this time, though. XQN dashing through this Bribe. Look at the state of this. Picking up the Nagas. They've all got +5, of course, of the very early gun. Or dagger, whichever it is. It looks like a fish in the picture, so...
Smoking fish.
Smoked herring.
Okay, not going with the level here.
Penguin and Eastleaf both got their Parasols online, by the way. Sorry.
Okay, good to know. As XQN, I mean, the smoking gun helps massively, of course, to help him try and stabilize here, just to go trade for trade. But admittedly, he's not scaling massively right now.
So what's going to happen when he completes the bribe is he's going to use all of these buffs to sell the thing, to bribe the thing in the shop, and then use
that's
the
pretty
next
sick,
turn to do it again. It's just it's very strong player. I keep on about XQN, but strong players will all do this. But the synergy involved is immense here.
Especially as he needs 4 more, I think, in order to complete the quest, which could happen with 1 buy, because he's going to get 1 from the Quillbore and then the spell.
Yeah, the 2 spellcasters as well.
Spellcasters from the Nagelings.
So yeah, he will get it next turn, and then he'll be able to start selling the buffed things to buff nice things in the shop. And all the time, that early dagger that he took, early gun, whichever one it is, the +5 early has got him to this spot, so very nice. And he is actually the last person to complete, so I was letting us know. Everyone else's quest is fully complete, apart from XQN.
Wow, interesting, okay.
Which is pretty insane. It shows how tempo-based this meta is for quests.
Yeah, I mean, most of them were quite low difficulty ones to give, right? We have 4 people on Parasol, I think, this game.
I can't wait till we've got check format tomorrow, though, Derek. You going to take your Parasol, or are you just going to die trying to get a wisdom ball or something? Like, you know?
Yeah,
that's a choice you're going to get. It's going to be great.
All right, XQN with the Anima Bribe online could dance on this amalgam. I don't think at this point yet, you know, you're definitely buying it with stats like that. With no mechs in, it's obviously annoying because it's a little bit harder to give it Divine Shield, but dragons in the pool does mean that you could hit the Amber Guardian. You give it Divine Shield just for a turn.
Just using the War Leader there as well to buff up a few extra stats for the bribe. Big triple here for Penguin, though, who...
Yeah.
Remember, picked Curator to get this kind of easy ride that he's getting.
He is pretty weak, though. If he doesn't hit a powerhouse triple here, he's going to tank a lot of damage.
Surprised he wasn't interested in his Peggy, actually. I don't know.
Light Fang immediately gives you 3 different minion types. Okay.
I'm surprised he wasn't interested in the Peggy, honestly, though. He has enough cards going into hand. I know some of them
really
don't count, if you like, because they leave after combat, but it's okay. But like you say, he is getting left behind here, I think.
Oh, huge the fact that the spellcast gave that minion +3 health for it to survive at 1 exactly and poison down another minion. That means he's going to be tanking a lot less damage, potentially even looking at a win, actually, at the end of this all.
A tie, actually.
Or at least a tie, yeah. Which he'll happily take.
Yeah, he'll take that. He's on Curator, so, you know.
Welcome back. How's it going out there?
Oh, another pip.
What does he do? Yeah.
Emptying. All right, okay, another relatively weak board, this time from Eastleaf. No real way to make use of that Parasol that everybody seems to have this game.
It's
one Murloc that he could go for and then level on the next turn, but on Tavern Tier 5, I'm not really sure what you're looking for that's significantly better than what you're doing right now.
Yeah, you need a way to... So all you have to your name is a Murloc that's going to have a huge amount of health that you hope poisons 2 things. And some recursive gems. You need a way to make that function as a team.
Right. And so Ground Shaker, is that what we're looking for? Or triple into Agony?
That was my first thought as I was making that sentence. I'm looking at it. Does Ground Shaker get anywhere here? Like, your Murloc doesn't need it. You've got the gems, you've got the engine, but you haven't got, like, the car. Sitting out there in your lawnmower.
Ooh, a bunch of pirates, plus a Hoggar, plus a Gambler. Okay. Things are moving. Things are looking all right for Alicia-san. A little slow now. He needs 1 or 2 more turns before this is really popping. But, hey, I mean, another gold grubber as well. This is strong.
Yeah, got the henchman online as well, I think. So those salty looters will get a little bit of natural buff to keep him alive while he sets up.
Big fight for Alex here. He needs to be winning this one lest he end up in the danger zone at the end of this fight. But he's got himself a pretty formidable opponent here with some really big murlocs. Missing the Divine Shield on the Bristleback is a disaster.
Yeah, in trouble here, and it looks like that trouble's not going to get any better.
Dying super, super fast now.
There was a ground shaker in whichever shop that was. We are going to watch at least a bunch of pirates pop off this turn by the look of it.
Oh, there it is. This is the stuff.
Yep.
Oh.
Golden gold grubber, everybody's favorite. Tony?
Oh, Tony. Oh.
Now the question is, you kind of like where this turn's gone. Do you just want to level to 5? You've got a sneaky chance to do it.
Oh, yeah, get yourself another Hogger.
Are you hoping the Tony will make you Hogger? Oh, now you don't, because now there's a Swabby in the shop, right? Or Scally, whichever one it is, the 3-1, and that'll
Want that with Tony.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah. Double selfless. I mean, that does go very nicely in the late game with bunch of stats pirates, right? But it might be a little bit early to be looking at taking them here.
I mean, he's just setting up for next turn now.
Makes sense to me. All right. Hoggar and Tony on the left-hand side, praying for that avenge to give him the goodness he so dearly craves. He's got a good chance of hitting it with all these taunts as well.
Yeah, if he should get it, as long as the first 13, 14 dies. And even then it's a 50-50 if that doesn't die. Alright, is he going to get it?
Yeah.
Of course he is.
He hits the 50-50 at the end as well. Fantastic turn, which means Alicia-san well on his way to the Pirates nonsense. But he is going to tank the full 15 on this turn, which puts him not in the danger zone quite yet. But if Alex dies, then it does get very scary here for him.
Right.
Looks like Alex surviving, though.
Got to go here.
Oh, surely, right. I mean, unless he wants to level first, because again, he's not going to die this turn. It's brave, but I respect it. Ooh, the Tolan. We're going to grab that every day.
He took the Swabby after leveling, which means that 6 is on his mind.
True. Yeah.
Kind of a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. That might have been the other way around. Really.
Okay, that's nice. Burn, yeah, absolutely, because you've got the strong arm in hand already.
That makes sense to me. Plus the Swabby.
Yeah, now he's got extra duty out of that Swabby that he waited on.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. All right, a good board, but not the lofty heights that we know pirates can reach when you're hitting a golden Hoggar.
Had a choice as well to freeze for that Naga, but there were no pirates in there. Sorry,
right.
XQN, the boy.
No, sorry. Just going to say, over on the anima bribe of things, it's good, but this these minions aren't especially high health, are they?
They're just numbers. Look at them.
They're big. For turn 10,
numbers.
This is a winner. You know, these are going to be winning you most fights. But 74-36, without Divine Shield, these could die to a wayward high attack minion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking. It's just amusing me because there's just look at this synergy. It's yeah.
Enough.
Cards. They've got numbers on them. That's my synergy.
So numbers obviously on XQN's side, and the Bristleback Knight dying is fantastic there without regaining the Divine Shield. It does look like that's going to be enough to swing this one in his favor. Then we need to think about scaling, because XQN's, again, his attack is scaling rapidly because of the nice synergy between the gun and Anima Bribe, but his health on his minions is not necessarily scaling at quite the same degree.
Yes.
As, wow.
Shields.
Alex surviving at 1 HP alongside Penguin Sand. Still nobody dying. And over half the lobby in the danger zone.
Huge deal for Alex, right? Had a decent first lobby, coming second, and if he can get sort of equal 6th, 7th, 8th now and just pick up another point, and considering he's been dead for about 5 turns, just hanging in there.
Alex actually leveling, I think, there as well, when he's right on Death's Door going up to Tavern Tier 5. Be interesting to know what he's
So, XQN's
trying to
choices
hit.
here. Second Taragoza or nice big Divine Shield. Taragoza's scaling, but not really that fast.
Gotta be a shield, right?
With the other dragon in the shop, could try and get the Taragozas to have the Divine Shields over time anyway.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Case of how he decides to rate the choices. It may be that he just left them in the shop and decided to let Bob decide. They're both good.
Mm-hmm.
If he does, he needs it now. This fight is important.
And he scaled pretty well here. The extra Divine Shield is a monstrous difference, especially as he could get just 50-50 for Divine Shield on Taragoza to instantly pull way into the lead. Torisan on the other side, though. Where has this man been all my life? Murlocs with Bran, Poison, extra activations with the Snicker Snacks as well, I think that was. Oh, no, sorry, Smoking Gun. But his extra activations with the young Murkai on the lookout. This is huge. This board that he's got.
Yeah,
is it going to be enough to take down XQN though? It's close.
It just came from that super quick completion where everything in the shop just was what he wanted, right?
What does he get there with the death, the reborn? Oh my god, a 1 health minion surviving there. As I think that's a joint 8th there for Yunchan and Penguin San, which means I think for
Alex.
Penguin San. Oh. Wait, is Alex still in?
4th place from nowhere.
Oh!
He's dying. Sottle's just going through, but they're all dead. Everybody's dead, Dave.
3 people out at the same time, with Eastleaf going as well, which means it's a first place, but also a joint last place for Eastleaf as well, I believe. And like you say, Alex just clawing his way in. He's still somehow managing to claw through.
Yeah, he's managed to actually now get a minion that does something on his board. Look at the state of this.
My god.
Meanwhile, your boy, Torisan.
I mean, just look at this, man. This is so much stuff.
Just raw numbers.
I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad.
Just stuff.
Undeniably stuff.
Well, he's got a glow scale in his hand. He's got
Oh.
the shop now. So he's got a lot of versatile options going forwards. Of course, he's got a lot of health. He might have a chance to have a look at some people first before wasting all of this this good stuff.
Just click. Keep clicking. Don't stop. Begurgle. Begurgle.
Did you ever think that your job would revolve around saying begurgle, begurgle as quickly as possible?
No, but I'm glad it does.
Yeah, I am too. It makes my day listening to you say it, Derek.
He doesn't have time. What do we end on? You want to play the Divine Shields? Oh my god, there's more!
Another one!
Fins as well. Just stop. Sell, play Leroy. You're floating gold. Who cares? He sells the Leroy. Okay, whatever. Yep, do stuff. Bing, bang, bong. Misses a Divine Shield. I think that's winning, though. Probably right.
Look at all this poison on the other side. It might not be. The Divine Shield
that's
might be huge.
Pretty big, yeah. Missing the Divine Shield, big deal. Okay, hits the poison. That's good.
Okay, looks all right, actually. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Got Divine Shield anyway.
Just getting there. All right. Not a knockout, though. Alex, is he able to claw his way through once again? Oh, not quite.
Not this time.
But still, honestly, if you're Alex, I think you're not upset, especially with the 5th place, based on the way that started.
That turn where 3 people died, Alex was like, oh my god, that is this mission accomplished for this lobby. third place or second place in the first lobby and then just takes this one to fifth, that's fine. You've only got to finish in the top 4 on average over the 3 lobbies.
Yeah, that's 9 points altogether now, I think, for Alex. He's ahead of Eastleaf, who won the last lobby. They're looking to be in a very decent spot. As here, again,
Pirates, yeah.
It's just more stuff, whether it be Pirates or Murlocs. Alicia-san and Torres-san are both popping off in a major way. A lot of
Turn down the shield there. He might not be aware. Maybe he needs to keep it rolling because he's very low on gold.
You're thinking about this way too much. His brain is empty, his hand is full. Playing.
Yeah, it would have ended the turns, yeah. He was too low on gold.
Oh my
gosh. And again, though, ends the turn. He's too
Oh.
low on gold. He's trying to build his gold up and having it turn. But you're right, empty brain. Just press buttons. That's what I don't do.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Now we're back on top. Look at this.
Out on time now. Now he's got to go. Like, everything's there. It's all pirates. He's finally built the gold up to a respectable level. But out of time, so decides to end the run here.
Yep. It's good. It's a good board. It's going to struggle against poisons potentially because of the lack of divine shields that he missed out on. Again, as I was talking about, you'd really love to have found those selfless heroes a little bit earlier. And when you're up against golden selfless with not necessarily a bunch of poison Murlocs, but a bunch of big Murlocs, you really start to question if this is going to be big enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, not quite. Good effort, though.
Yep. Taking down a nice, steady top 4. It's fine. Richard's taking down the equal third.
Wow. Okay.
Down to XQN and Torresan.
Oh my god, what a turnaround. 8th and then top 2 for XQN. It's been a complete flip, right? We had Eastleaf first last game and then dying first this game. In joint 8th, I believe. And then XQN with the potential to turn this one all around. He is just against a bunch of Murlocs, right?
Yeah.
With some divine shieldage, I believe, on the other side as well. So, it's the classic question, Lorinda. What are we looking for here for the win?
Miracle. Yeah, it's a classic answer. Some Leroys, some good positioning, some knowing what your opponents are going to do. And I'm not sure he's got any of that information. He's been spending time trying to get these Tarragozas just set up with their divine shields. Look, he's just got an absolute bunch of nothing. They've got quite big through the repeated use of the Elosa and whatever the dragon person's called on the right-hand side, whose name I can never remember. Sorry, dragon person. But really hasn't been able to get the required stuff over the course of the turns. Just hasn't had anything to build onto, right? No divine shields and so on.
What about the Tunnel Blaster? Can that factor in? If your opponent has a selfless hero, a golden selfless hero, does that become good or just bad to take Tunnel Blaster?
It depends what you know, right? I think it's bad. I think if he takes it, it's bad because I think he just gets outstatted and outpoisoned if Tunnel blasts his own shields.
Yeah.
I think from memory, and I could be wrong because I'm old and my memory is rubbish, I think he's just in trouble here. Quite specific numbers going to be important here, like 15-15, just killing a 15 health thing.
Man, I mean, that Tunnel Blast on the other side, a disaster for XQN. As trade, poison. Yeah, taking the full shebang here. So it does have another turn, of course, as he takes the 12 here. Oh, sorry, the 11 here on the other side. Which is, you know, a big difference between 11 and 12, because if he takes the same again next turn, he has one more turn to try and stabilize.
So he did get the shield onto the
There we go.
This turn, so now he's got some spaces. Yeah, there we go.
Like, he knows it's going to be tunnel blasted in terms of the divine shield.
There's no.
But I don't think you have too much choice in playing around that. Either way.
Yeah.
It's just another. It's just another poison.
Well,
it trades a little bit more evenly.
This one's interesting because if he thinks he can survive, he doesn't. It's a shame. If he thought he could survive, he could try and make a really huge Mantid Queen, so it wouldn't need a shield.
Oh, that's interesting.
But yeah.
Baron selling a 3118 for Baron with no selfless. Probably not quite.
Yeah, it's also a different minion type as well. Few
True.
queens, so
Yeah, good point.
it's there being a pig.
Don't we all?
Yeah, sounds like a typical day of my life.
Okay, poison, 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 poison. With the selfless and the tunnel blaster, and very importantly, buffing it out of that range of dying to the tunnel blaster effects. Huge difference here. Ooh, Baron, which he could sell into, but runs out of time in the end. And I guess maybe you wouldn't actually want that because of the weird synergy or anti-synergy with the tunnel blaster as well.
Yeah, I think he wanted it, but took the experienced looking decision of just saying, you know what, sometimes in this game you run out of time because it's Battlegrounds. The game works.
And then just again, there's not enough stuff on the other side of the board for XQN to fight back against all these poisons.
Has he got enough stuff to survive? Not this time, I don't think. Gonna die?
One
off.
Yeah, that's a full 12. Okay, one last turn for XQN. It's not technically over. And he could walk away with the first, which is a big difference. You know, when you finished 8th in the last lobby, that one extra point that you can get could very much be the difference between Sunday or no Sunday.
So some questions here. Do we think if you're Torreson that your Zap is doing anything? It doesn't really look like it's doing a whole lot to me. Which means he's got space for the Baron if he wants it. But where's his second space? Meanwhile, XQN going to need to get a little bit lucky to win, right? So just hoping this giant Taragoza can bob and weave and not get poisoned. Find a way to re-shield it would be nice. Which he has with the Nadina he's got, obviously.
Yeah, the Nadina is a very big deal. Placement is obviously very tricky because you want to be able to, with potentially no taunts, but maybe taunts available. You want to be able to guarantee as much as possible you reapply the Divine Shield to the Taragosa. That's the main one that matters. But do you greed it out and try and re-Divine Shield 2 minions with the Bronze Warden as well?
Yeah, what are you trying to do with your potential Leroy if you want it here? But then you have to sell a minion. That's not fun.
Well, 2, yeah.
So he is looking at the Leroy, potentially the Bronze Warden there.
And this, I think, is the most sensible way to go about it. You rely on the Mantids to get taunt. Divine Shield is lost by the Taragosa, and then it's reapplied straight away. Hope to take out a couple poisons with that extra activation. It's very big.
Did keep the Zap. Let's have a look how that works out.
I mean, it's pretty big for if one of the Mantids misses on Divine Shield.
Also, if he goes first, it would have probably taken down the... No, it wouldn't take down the deal, so... Yeah. Okay.
Close, but not close enough. I think that's going to do it. As you see, Torreson taking the win. Very nicely done by him after a 3rd place last lobby, a 1st place here as well. He is skyrocketed up to the top of the leaderboard alongside Alex as XQN keeps his dreams alive with a 2nd place there.
Yeah, absolutely. Making this lobby, we're going to have to wait to see the standings. Not like last time where everyone who came last again and made our job easy. Actually, you have to look at them this time. But Torreson looked good in that 1st lobby. Again, I'm using the phrase a lot, but sort of just picked up what he played with what he got, played well with what he got, and kind of did the same again this time. He got that incredible quest completion very early on. And just took some Murlocs and a Bran. I'm making it sound easy. I wish it was that easy, but just making sensible decisions. That this one ended up winning the lobby. It wasn't necessarily even a lobby-winning build for some lobbies, but it was fine. And I think we're going to see Torreson just keep picking up points through today and through tomorrow. He's looking very good to me.
He is, yeah. He can just pick one of those safe heroes now that's looking to hit a top 3, top 4 as consistently as possible because, I mean, I think even if he gets 8th, he's still in a very good spot of making it through to the top 4. But as long as...
Devil me, bro, right? That's all you...
Exactly, yeah. If you get that, you're essentially guaranteed to be able to make it through just through early mid-game tempo alone. Whereas XQN does need to, I think, set his sights a little loftier than that, like 8th, 2nd, 3rd. Yeah, you know, you could make it through on that. You're looking at like 13, 14 points or so with that. But It's far from a guarantee, hey.
Yeah, you want
like 11, 12 more. Like
you want 12 to make yourself in with. I don't know what percentage is. I should be able to work it out, but I haven't done it. But 12 is probably 75% or something like that, give or
Sure.
take. That's my
For another
gut
second.
instinct. Yeah.
XQN is probably what we're looking at.
Again, you know, you can make it on 10. You can make it. You can not make it on 12 and a half. Weird things happen in this game.
They do indeed. Whereas down at the bottom of the leaderboard, I do think we start to have our mathematically eliminated players showing through, with Penguin San with 2 rough games in a row. I believe putting him in a very unlikely shot of being able to make it through. Yun Chang going to be towards the bottom, I think, after like a 4th and then a 7th. Far from the best performance from him so far.
Yep, Penguin trying some different stuff out in both games, but just not quite getting there. So not actually eliminated yet for anybody, but
this is close.
There's a score sheet. There is a score sheet. Oh my goodness. So
yeah,
anybody
okay.
but Penguin is kind of where we're looking at from a casting perspective, and Torresan, who we're going to assume has made it. But any 4 from the other 6, any 3 from the other 6 is pretty likely.
Yeah, exactly. And Penguin San as well, technically in with a chance in one of those weird spots, again, similar to Sleepy in the previous lobby. But like you say, we'll essentially focus on Alex through Yun Chang in this next final game of the day. Final game for Group B as well, where, you know, Alex, Eastleaf, and Alicia can look a little bit more heavily, as I was saying, at those just solid placements where you finish top 4, top 3 ideally, and then you're going to be able to go through nice and easy. XQN, I do think, needs to be setting his sights on, and Yun Chang in particular, one of those loftier goals. Another game like that where you're taking really ambitious heroes, ambitious quests as well, and getting them to work very well. That Anima Bribe game was gorgeous from XQN, showing us a lot of the tricks that you can make work with that quest.
Yeah, and this is what makes Zixo's decision in Group A, all the more exciting, where he just took Daryl, went for that 3rd place with this sort of point score, just sort of squeaked through. If XQN gets offered that now, do you go for it? I think it's good enough for 3rd place, guaranteed, that you take it and see if you can sneak a 2nd. But yeah, if he gets a normal hero, I want to see what Derek's talking about. I want to see him just be XQN and take something difficult and complete it and win the lobby.
All right, one more game yet to come today in Lobby Legends Magic of Azeroth before we know all 8 of our competitors playing in the final lobby tomorrow. When we come back, we'll play through that lobby and find out who those final 4 competitors will be. We'll see you then.